I could. Do you know what? There's so many stories and things because we know you. There's that when you're telling us about, when you had that billionaire guy suddenly, was it from Brazil or somewhere? He came to you and said he wanted to hire an entire island or something.
I can tell you that story if you want. I don't think there's a problem with that.
That's a fascinating story, right? Because that was a time when things you were, I wouldn't say on a knife edge, but things weren't that clear. And then all of a sudden, the things were on a knife edge. So there was in COVID, and we were looking at the numbers, and we reckon we were £60,000 short of what we needed to pass the financial criteria. We're a regulated industry, right, by the Civil Aviation Authority. And we needed about £70,000, and there's no business coming in, right? And something was going on in the virtual office, and I had this feeling something's going on, and there's something people weren't telling me. And eventually, Nick, my brother, who I work with, as you know, said, "So Sam, obviously nothing's going to happen, and I don't want to, it's just nothing's happening. But there's these Brazilians, right, and they're billionaires, and they want to go on the holiday to Maldives, but nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen." And anyway, long story short, we called them the Brazilianaires, obviously, because it's so very creative.
Yeah, we were able to put all our resources into working with their travel agent, actually. So he actually travelled with them, and they hired a private island, which is part of a resort in the Maldives, but they took the whole island. About 25 people turned up on their private jet. We almost lost it at the last minute because some Indian billionaires gazumped them. Everyone's looking private islands. And then we managed to adjust the dates, and the whole trip came to a lot of money, and the upwards of $500,000 or something. And the commission on it was almost exactly the right amount to pass us the test. But then there was a twist in the tail in that they left, and I'd got to know the GM of the hotel that ran the island because he was on it as well. He literally joined a phone call while his wife was in labour in the next room.
My God.
To get this one over the line. So the billionaires don't care. Well, in fact, it's not the billionaires that don't care, it's their people that don't care. It's really interesting working with their people. They are so reliant on that one person, they will definitely sell their granny. And in our experience, the actual billionaires are quite
not
nice.
Like that,
They're easy to deal with and all the rest of it, but they're kind of not in connection with reality because they've got this layer of people. But anyway, the GM's there, and he phoned me up. He said, French. He said, Sam, we've got a problem. I said, what? He goes, well, they won't pay their bar bill. They want to leave on their private jet. And I'm like, right. I said, how much is the bar bill? He said, $300,000. And it's too much for the credit card, so they need it wired, and the wire's not going to arrive till tomorrow. So what should I do? And I said, well, you've got this travel agent, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, why don't you stop him from going and let the family go? So the family went off on their jet, and he got installed on the island, on the actual resort rather than on the island, and in a palatial room, and stayed there for another couple of days until the wire arrived. And
amazing.
What a story. Having paid the Dom Perignon